Hello, everybody. My name is Dragon Fangs, and today I'm going to be talking about every Pixar movie ranked from worst to best, in my opinion. Now, I am 100% sure that you guys are not going to agree with me. You know how I know? Because on the very bottom comes Brave. Brave is such a boring movie. It's very uninteresting. We've seen this a lot of times before. There's nothing redeeming about it. Like, nothing special. I mean, no, her mom turns to a bear. That's the only really strange thing that happens. It's just a girl. There's an archer. I just didn't like it. 21, The Good Dinosaur. It's the dumbest concept ever. And this is the movie that ruined Pixar's reputation. Yeah. There's it's just the dumbest concept. Oh, what if the meteor missed the dinosaur? I mean, yeah, that could be an like the meteor hitting the dinosaur or not hitting the dinosaur. That would be interesting. But they had to make it into like if it just what this would be an interesting story if it wasn't made by Pixar. I would like to see a movie where the meteor misses the dinosaurs and the dinosaurs are living still. But Pixar made it, so of course there has to be talking dinosaurs and there's a human for some reason. So yeah. Number 20 is Onward. I could not find a good image, so that's gonna be blurry. It's it's so unoriginal, and I've seen this story so many times where a family loses their parents and then they get them back, but oh, there's a cost to it. You gotta do this and you gotta go on a quest. I've seen this too many times. And fun fact, this is actually the only Pixar movie I have not seen. I haven't seen it, but I do know how I'm going to rank it just because I don't need to see it. I just need to see the trailer and I already know what it's going to be. And I don't plan to see it because of the whole corona thing. So, yeah. The Incredibles 2, it's the unoriginals. I'm sorry. Just genuinely hate the Incredibles franchise. It is so overrated. I could just go on and on and on about everything I hate about The Incredibles. Like, the story is so the characters are so boring. Jack, Dash, they're so annoying. Uh, and I mean, come on. The whole family superhero thing, where like the whole family's a superhero, that uh, I've seen this concept everywhere. It's unoriginal. Pixar just, oh wow, we could do that and make it like a kid friendly version of a family movie. And that's what they came up with. Superheroes with stupid superpowers. Dash is literally, why would you see the Incredibles? Like if Dash is your favorite character, why? He's the Flash, but a kid. Jack, he burns on fire. Wow, amazing. Mr. Incredible, there's nothing special about him. Violet, she like turns invisible. That's the Violet is the only interesting character because she turns invisible. I don't know of any superheroes at the top of my head that turn invisible. And Elastigirl is elastic. I mean, that's just one of the most unoriginal superheroes alongside Dash. I'm sorry. But The Incredibles 2 itself is bad because it just doesn't focus on superheroes that much. It focuses on the family being a family. And then the Elastigirl does some business. And then there's cursing. This is the family movie with cursing. So yeah. This movie is dumb and unoriginal. Um, and The Incredibles is not much better. I have the exact same opinion that I said about The Incredibles 2. The whole family thing is stupid. Their superpowers are stupid. This is the original unoriginals. A Bug's Life has the dumbest story ever. Um, and the animation is so bad. And you may say, like, well, it was 1998. I mean, yeah, the animation is going to be bad. It was in the 90s. Well, yeah, but Toy Story had better animation than The Bug's Life. And that came out way before. It was like 3 years before. That's not way. But, like, seriously, what happened? Why did the animation go down? This movie is disgusting to look at. The story is dumb. And this is probably one of the most forgettable Pixar movies ever. Monsters University. I mean, I don't know of anyone who really asked for. You know what? No one asked for a prequel to Monsters University. Yeah, fix that. The prequel no one asked for. I mean, cause like I mean, I did I did want a Monsters Inc. sequel when I was a kid, but no one wanted a prequel. And if they did, I don't think they wanted. Like, what does this have to do with Monsters Inc? Like, seriously, this is just a high school movie with monsters. Why would you do this with the Monsters franchise? If you're gonna make a sequel to Monsters Inc, make it about the monsters. Like, we're not, and make it about like the first one, like a sequel. Like, no one wants to see these characters that are amazing become so annoying in Monsters U. And I thought Sully was the main character in Monsters Inc., but now Mike Wazowski's the main focus in universe. Like, it's dumb. Coco is number 15. Now, this is going to be the first Pixar movie on this list that isn't bad. No, this movie is not good, but it's not bad either. It's the worst good Pixar movie. All the ones before I genuinely hated. This was okay. Like, the story was decent, I guess. Yeah. And then the animation was the animation was amazing. I will give this movie credit for beautiful landscapes and beautiful animation. Um, but I just didn't like the character. Characters just weren't likable in my opinion. I don't know. And it was also a little emotional. I don't really have much to say about this. It's okay, but eh. Toy Story 4 is the worst Toy Story movie ever. And I wasn't a fan. It was just mediocre. And I'm very disappointed that Keanu Reeves wasted his lines in this movie. I'm joking. This movie wasn't bad enough for him to do that. But still, just Toy Story 3 didn't need a sequel. Toy Story 3 was a perfect ending to a great franchise. But then, well, they're making Cars 3. People don't like the Cars franchise, and well, we gotta make another Toy Story 4 so that people don't think that Cars 3's. I'm blaming Cars 3 for Toy Story 4. Because if Cars 3 didn't come out, then Pixar wouldn't think, oh, there's Toy Story 3 and Cars are the only two franchises that have that's a trilogy. So we gotta make Toy Story 4 have another thing. So yeah. And that gives us Ratatouille. I I don't know what to say of this movie honestly. It's good, I guess. Entertaining, but it doesn't have the heartwarming storytelling that Pixar usually has. So, not much to say about this. And then next up is Finding Dory. It's funny. I liked it. But This is not what I wanted from a Finding Nemo sequel. Nemo was like not even in the movie. Like, look, you see this picture? Nemo is the farthest away from the. Gosh, Nemo's dad Merlin had a bigger, like, I don't know. Toy Story 1. It is a great start to a movie company. That's all I can say. I mean, the story wasn't nothing to write home about. It's the first Pixar movie, and it's decent and really good, and it still holds up to this day. The animation is pretty bad, but that's just because this movie came out in 1995. So, I mean, of course, it's not going to be the best. So, yeah. And Inside Out. This, I watched this in theaters. This is one of the few Pixar movies I saw in theaters. And oh my gosh, this movie is fan freaking tastic. Holy crap. Amazing story. This is the most emotional Pixar movie ever made. And I recently discovered that Bill Hader voices fear. Yeah. Up. It's such a dumb concept, but somehow they made it entertaining. That's all I can really say. It's an entertaining movie. The story isn't really that good, but the movie itself is entertaining. Toy Story 2. I didn't really feel like Toy Story needed a sequel, but I mean, hey, they made four of them. But I do think that Toy Story 2 did improve upon 1. They added new characters. They added Jessie, who is. It's so strange watching Toy Story 1 without Jessie. I don't know. My Toy Story 2 was a really good movie. Finding Nemo is probably the most memorable Pixar movie to date. Like, when I think Pixar, the first thing I think of is Finding Nemo. It's definitely not my favorite Pixar movie, but I think Finding Nemo. Like, yeah, when I think of Pixar, I think of, like, Finding Nemo and Up and Ratatouille and Cars. Those are the 4 movies I think of when I think Pixar. Toy Story 3. My opinion, it's the best Toy Story, and it's the only Toy Story I watched in theaters. So, it's a good movie, but I don't really know. I mean, it's a great story. I don't really remember much. I honestly don't remember much about Toy Story 3. The main thing I vividly remember in theaters was the toys going down the furnace. And I also remember Lotso being such a big. Monsters Inc. This is a great story, and this movie terrified me as a child. It didn't really scare me. It's just the beginning sequence with the monster under the bed that scared me as a kid. Wally. Gosh, I can't get over how good this movie is. It's a beautiful movie. It's got beautiful animation. It's got really unique live action sequence in it. The story is fan freaking tastic. The character designs are really good. The amount of detail in this movie is amazing. This is the best Pixar movie ever that is not in the Cars trilogy. And that brings us to the greatest movie franchise in movie history. Cars 3. It's the worst in the Cars trilogy, but it's still a great movie. Like, the reason it's the worst in the trilogy is just because it doesn't really make that much sense. The racers got slowly like, this movie is like, imagine NASCAR but each racer slowly got replaced by GT cars. Like, that doesn't happen. But the story was surprising with a lot of twists. The the races were exciting, like Thunder Hollow with a demolition derby. It was super exciting. Miss Fritter was a great character, and Cars 3 is a fantastic movie. 100% recommend it. The second best Pixar movie is Cars 1. This was the very first movie I watched in theaters, and it's a fantastic movie. It's got a heartfelt story. It's super emotional. The characters are great and likable, and this is the most original Pixar movie to date. Seriously, before there was nothing like this before. Living vehicles, this was unheard of in 2006. Like, I've heard people say it's unoriginal, but I don't get how. Like, there's no living, unless no living cars that I know of before this. Everything that involves living cars came out after this as a ripoff. And technically, this is the greatest Cars movie because it the story is technically the greatest, and it's just a great movie. And now, my number one favorite Pixar movie to date is going to be a very controversial opinion because I know that there's. All right, sorry about that cut. Someone came up. So, like I was saying, the greatest Pixar movie ever made. There is one that stands above this, and this is going to be a very controversial opinion because I'm the only person in the entire universe who thinks that this is the greatest Pixar movie ever made. And that goes to Cars 2. Now, this is my favorite Pixar movie ever. It's a freaking tastic movie. It's awesome. It's so cool. Like it's the story. It's very emotional. It's heartfelt. I don't know why people say it's emotionless. It's got a ton of emotion. It's got exciting action with the guns and the explosions, and there's exciting races. The camera angles are amazing. In the races, like the camera angles and the shots and the sounds are just amazing. The animation is beautiful. The plot is so interesting. Like it's like Speed Racer but better with like the whole entire like spy plot, and there's like a thing behind the races. The plot is extremely original. Name one movie besides Speed Racer that doesn't count where there is a race, or there's like a race around different locations and there's like a spy plot. Yeah, exactly. Didn't think so. It is so awesome to see like all these different cars from different motorsports in a race. Like it's so cool to see NASCAR, Formula One, Le Mans, GT, and Rally all in one race. And these new characters are so interesting and so great. Like Francesco, he was a great addition to the movie. I they added my favorite NASCAR driver, Jeff Gordon. He made a cameo in the movie as Jeff Gorvette. Lewis Hamilton was in the movie, but the locations are so beautiful. Tokyo is amazing to look at. Porto Corsa, Italy is so so beautiful in this movie. England is England. It's not beautiful. It just looks like a regular city. But like Tokyo, like look at that picture. The lights, the neon, it's just so cool. The city designs are great. The character designs are great. It's just the best Pixar movie ever made. It's a mix between family fun, exciting, spy plot, thriller, racing. Um I just thought of another movie that's like a spy plot with cars with NASCAR. Logan Lucky. That was a NASCAR movie that involved like a whole entire thing about robbing Charlotte Motor Speedway. If you haven't seen Logan Lucky, watch it. But if you haven't seen Cars 2, I would 1 sextillion% recommend this movie. It's exciting. It's great. I would. Notice how I said would. I would recommend it, but I'm not going to because you probably won't like it. Cause I seem to be the only person in the entire world that actually likes this movie, and I rank it as my number one. I could go on and on all day about why this is the greatest Pixar movie ever made. In fact, funny story, I was actually watching Cars 2 before I made this video, and I'm like, you know what? People hate this movie, and I decided I'm going to do my own Pixar ranking because I haven't seen a single Pixar ranking that ranks Cars 2 this high. So, yeah. If you agree with my list, which I know you didn't, uh, leave a like. If you did not agree with the list, leave a dislike. And just leave comments below about what you think is about what you would rank every Pixar movie um that you've seen. If you haven't seen them, just say you didn't. Um so yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.